Hello everyone. So today we are going to discuss about the Bombay Plan. Okay. So here Bombay Plan was very popular title. So that is a plan of economic development for India. So which was prepared by a cross section of India's leading capitalists. Okay. So those are eight capitalists. So who are involved in this plan? So those were coming to their names. So Purushottam Thakurdas and J.R.D. Tata, G.D. Birla and Lala Sriram and Kasturibai Lalabai, Adish Shroff, Deshil Dalal, and John Mathai. Okay, so these were the eight capitalists who are involved in that particular plan, that is Bombay Plan. Okay. So here the plan was published in 1944 to 45. So out of these eight industrialists, Purushottam Das Thakur Das, so he was one among the 15 members of the NPC. So not only he was member in the Bombay Plan, but he was a member in the National Planning Commission 1938. Okay. So here J.R.D. Tata, G.D. Birla, Lala Sriram were members of the subcommittees. So total there were subcommittees in 29 of the NPC. Okay. So here the popular sentiments regarding the need of the planning and crisscross of memberships between the National Planning Commission and the Bombay Plan Club. Okay, so made possible some clear-cut agreements between the National Planning Commission and Bombay Plan. Okay, so these were ultimately went to the mold of the very shape of the Indian economy. So after independence, basically the National Planning Commission was established in 1938. Okay, but Bombay Plan was established in 1944 to 45. Okay, so because of the clear cut agreements between the National Planning Commission and the Bombay Plan, so they given very important shape to the Indian economy after independence. Okay, so let's come to the discuss about the very important agreements between the National Planning Commission and Bombay Plan. Okay. So coming to the basic important agreements between them. So first one, basic agreement on the issue of the agrarian restructuring. Okay. So abolition mainly the targeted main important things. So those are the abolition of the all intermediates. So jamindari system. Okay. So basically between the main important king or leader and the farmers, peasants. Okay. So this was one type of the tax system which was between the main head and farmer. Okay, so that is known as jamindari system. So mainly they've targeted the abolition of the jamindari system and minimum wages. So they should follow the minimum wages. Okay, and a guarantee of minimum and fair prices for the agriculture products. Okay, without loss for the farmers. So they should get the minimum price and fair price for their agriculture products what they are producing. Okay, and cooperatives credit is nothing but giving loans to the farmers whenever they need. Okay, and marketing supports also. Okay, so not only producing the agricultural products, but they have to get the markets for selling those goods. Okay. So coming to the next important agreement, so that is agreement on the rapid industrialization, for which both the plans agreed upon an emphasis on heavy capital goods and basic industries. Okay, so here rapid industrialization. So just we targeted the industrialization because so being a prime moving force of agriculture, it was one symbolizes the backboneness of the country. So that's here the rapid industrialization is very important when we got independence. Okay, so for which both the plans, Bombay Plan and the National Planning Commission, they agreed upon the emphasis on heavy capital goods and basic industries that we should target. Okay, so Bombay Plan allocated 35% of its total plan outlay on basic industries. Okay, in that particular time, so both the plans were agreed upon the basic industries that we should target. Okay. And next, third one is taking clues from the Soviet planning and Soviet planning, National Planning Commission, Bombay Plan. So both were in the favor of a simultaneous development of the essential consumer goods industries. Okay, so here the target is the basic consumer goods industries. Okay, so we should develop those essential industries and consumer goods industries what we are consuming daily. Okay, so this is very important. Just we should take some important clues from other countries also. So that is one and only Soviet planning. Okay. And fourth one is both the plans agreed upon the importance of promoting the medium scale, small scale, and cottage industries, as they could provide greater employment and require lesser capital in the lower order of the plants and machinery. Okay, so whenever we focus on the medium scale and small scale and cottage industries, so it never needs the higher capital investment, and it also needs lower order of plants and machinery. It means it receives the low cost of the important machinery, and in the same way to provide the greater employment. Mostly medium and small scale industries, they should follow the important industries in the rural levels. So it is one of the way to provide the greater employment to all the people who are living in the small villages. Okay, so this is very important agreement which comes under the rural development. Okay. Next, coming to the fifth point. So, both the plans wanted the state to play an active role in the economy. Okay, so this is very main important thing. So that comes under the National Planning Commission in the same in the minds of the Bombay Plan also. Okay, so the both plans were agreed and wanted to give the power and active role to the state. Okay, so through the planning, controlling, overseeing the different areas of the economy, so that is trade, industry, banking, so these important areas which has a higher value to the state government. Okay, so through the state ownership, that is public sector, or through direct and extensive control over them. So overall, each and every plan which comprise in the Bombay Plan and National Planning Commission, just they wanted and agreed giving the higher authority and active role to the state government. Is nothing but the central government or state government, whatever it may be, but it has to give the main authority to the government. Okay, public sector, that is nothing but public sector. And sixth point, that is large scale measures for social welfare were favored by both the plans. Social welfare was promoted by both plans, which suggested to be based on issues such as right to work, full employment, and the guarantee of the minimum wage. It means minimum salary they will get. Greater state expenditure. So government has a responsibility to spend the money on the housing, water, sanitation, free education, government education, social insurance to cover unemployment and sickness also. Okay, so here the provision of utility services what you are using daily, such as electricity, transportation at a low cost through the state subsidies. It also provides the subsidies, especially for using the electricity and transportation at a low cost. Okay, so here these are very important things which comes under the social welfare. Okay, next, coming to the seventh point, that is last one. So both the plans agreed upon your planning which could do away with the gross inequalities through measures such as progressive taxation and prevention of concentration of the wealth. Okay, so here both plans agreed. So these seven points are agreements between the National Planning Commission and Bombay Plan. Okay, so they also agreed upon a planning which could do away with the gross inequalities, that we should remove those inequalities through some measures. So those measures are progressive taxation. It means if a person gets high income, that person should pay the tax with high amount of money. If a person is getting low income, that person should pay the tax as per his income. Okay, so this is known as progressive taxation, rationalization of the taxation, and prevention of the concentration of wealth. Just we have to prevent our concentration of wealth, just we have to promote the social welfare. And inequality was considered one of the undesirable and is tended to restrict the domestic market. Okay, so inequality also one of the undesirable thing which was in the society, that maybe restrict the domestic market also. So these seven are basic agreements between the National Planning Commission and Bombay Plan. Okay.